What's up, guys? It's Ben Taylor here today, and we're at Kentwood Disc Golf Park. We're going to look at some risk management problems. To start things off, we're here at hole 2, and as you can see, we're right beside a road. This is a public road. I think this is a safety problem. A couple of things you could do to manage this risk would be to put up a sign either here at the beginning of the course or right here at hole 2, just letting people know to stay aware that there is an active road beside them. And also, I think you could put signs further down the road, as there aren't any signs to let people know that there is a disc golf course right along the hole, and that would alert people to the danger involved. Also, you could put a netting along this tree line to keep discs from going into the road to hitting cars, and that would be an expensive option, but it is an option nonetheless. So as you guys can see, there's cars going down the road. I'm going to take a shot and show a very highly used route that people will throw, and over the road, over the tree line, and then comes back towards hole 2. You can see it on there behind me. But I'm going to show you how dangerous it's going to be. I'm going to throw when there aren't any cars. There should be a sign saying not to throw when there are cars also, but that's just another thing they could do. But I'm going to show the route that a lot of people will throw. As you can see, I didn't throw very far over the road. I actually tried to keep it a little bit closer, as there's a couple of cars coming here behind you now, and I don't want to hit anybody, but that's not an uncommon line for people to throw, and that can be dangerous for driving cars, cause them to have a wreck. It could damage their vehicle. It can also hit people walking on the sidewalk if they were down there. I'm standing here on the tee for hole 3, and you can tell it's several pieces of sidewalk put together. It's not very safe. We'll talk about tee boxes a little bit later, but I just want to show you, if you walk with me, the water over here is very close to the hole in the course. And this first drop-off, it's very dry today, so the water is really low, but this first drop-off is 8 or 9 feet or so, and not very hard. As you can tell, we're right off the fairway here. It's very easy to throw your disc this direction. It can be very dangerous for some players. As you can see, it's quite a bit of a drop-off here, and it's not marked by anything. I think a rope fence, just some posts with rope run through it, would be a good indicator of danger. If that's not the case, putting up a sign in front of the tee that says be careful for the drop-off, that there is a danger here. The water's not that deep. I don't think you would be in danger of drowning, but falling and turning an ankle or hurting a leg is very common, and with a fall that far, so I think it's very important to make sure that this risk is managed. So again, looking at this tee box on hole 3, you can tell that it's made of 3 different pieces of just sidewalk that's been taken from downtown Raleigh. I spoke with the manager of the park a couple of months back, and he said basically just that, it was just reused sidewalk from downtown Raleigh. You can see there's curves here. It's not very even. It's very easy to slip and catch your shoe and turn your ankle. And one thing too with this hole, it's very dry, like I mentioned earlier. It's very dry out here right now, but this area is very wet whenever there's any amount of precipitation, and in this particular box becomes very slick. So they might consider putting something like a rubber mat down to help with the traction. So now we're here on hole 4 on the tee box, and as you can tell, this one's in even worse condition than the last one was. That has a major hole right here where I'm guessing it was circled out for a tree. And you can see how, especially if you're a left-handed going to throw a backhand, or when you come right here, that could be very problematic for your ankles and for your legs. You can get injured very easily. Another thing I'd like to point out really quickly, as someone just threw, is that hole 4 and hole 10 cross. You can see right here a bridge that's directly from the tee box for hole 11, excuse me, and some signage just warning of that would be really wise, because there are a lot of people who play here just for leisure purposes. As you can see, another disc just came through. You really have to pay attention. You have to know your surroundings when you play here, but that's not written anywhere that I've seen. And if it is somewhere, that means that it's not been put in a position that people can easily see and understand it. But we'll see another tee box here in a few minutes that's even worse than this tee box. So we've skipped ahead here to 18, and as you can see, this tee box is it's pretty clean as far as being one straight box, but then this drop off here is pretty nasty. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but that's almost a foot. It's at least 8 inches of drop from the top of the tee pad down here. Now this can be very difficult if you're like me, right-handed, and you're going to backhand a lot. and when you come across, you slide like this. This foot, your right front foot, can slide off. I've slid off many times on other holes. This hole I have to take extra caution not to slide off, because if you were to slide off this, I would dare say you'd at the very least roll your ankle, and it's very unsafe. Some things that I've seen other parks do is build up the ground with rocks and rubber or plastic barriers to kind of give that more room if you slide off not to fall off of a cliff. But that's just it's a very difficult throw to try to make and always stay on, especially if there's any water on the pad, because there's no rubber here to keep it, like I was saying on 3, no rubber to keep from sliding off. Thanks again, guys, for watching. It's been Ben Taylor here at Kentwood Park, playing some disc golf, showing you guys some risks to manage. And I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope this taught you something. You can apply it to your careers as you go forward. Thank you for your time.